Hello and welcome back. I'm DMAC and today we've got another Lishi 2-in-1 review video, and this one's going to be on the M1 MS2 2-in-1. This was sent to me by Bar Home VIP, and I'm going to leave a link to their website below so you can go and check those out. They do a range of these Lishi tools. Before we get started, actually, I just want to say I did do a review recently on the AM5 version for the American lock keyways, and I did say in that video that I wasn't sure if it was a proper Lishi because it didn't have the Lishi logo. I've since learned that it's got this Chinese fella lasered on there, and that is in fact Mr. Lee, so this is a genuine or an original Lishi. As is this one here, so let's have a look at this one. Comes in the same really nice sturdy case, and also comes with this little Allen key, which, as before, adjusts this little collar just here, so you can move this up and down to suit your picking style, and also you can swing this arm around so it's on the other side if you so desire. So as I said, it's the M1 MS2. This is just as well made as the AM5 one. Really nice little pick and decoder. So this is for 4-pin Masterlocks. As you can see, we've got all our key pin chamber numbers there, and then the depth there for decoding as well. So what locks can this pick? So my Masterlock collection looks a bit like this. This one here is an M5. It's the XL or the Magnum, I think they're sometimes called. And as all Lishis are, this is keyway specific. I'm not sure the exact name of this keyway, but if it's got that keyway, this tool should be able to pick it in theory. So I've also got this one here, which is stamped M1, which I think is the same core. It's just a slightly different lock body there, smaller body, longer shackle. We've got this weatherproof Masterlock as well, which is the same keyway. The tool fits in there. I've also got this round-bodied Masterlock as well, again 4-pin with the same keyway, and the tool fits in there. And we've also got this number 5, again same keyway, 4-pin, and the tool fits in there. So we'll certainly have a play with some of these locks, but before we do, I've also got this Masterlock here, which I thought was the same keyway, but this tool does not fit in there. As you can see, it kind of wants to go in. I think if I forced it in there or started filing the tip of this tool, which I don't really want to do, it might go in there. But on closer inspection, the keyway is slightly different. Just the top of the keyway there is slightly wider. This one is slightly narrower. So I think the keyway, although it looks the same or looks very similar, is much narrower, and this tool won't fit in. And as I say, I'm not going to go about filing this to get it in. So anyway, that one is not one that we can pick with this tool, but these locks certainly are. So let's get to picking some of these and seeing how we get on with this tool. So let's try this Masterlock number 5 with the Lishi. All the way in, make sure that the tool is right up to the keyway. Little bit of tension and see what we've got. 1 springy, 2 springy, 3's binding. We've got a click. 4's binding, little click. 1 springy, 2's binding, little click. 3 springy, 4 springy, 1 springy, 2's binding, little click on 2. 3 springy, 4 springy, 1 springy, no click on 2. And there, 1's binding. Oh, and there we go, we're open. Now I didn't even I felt like I was oversetting 2, but it was the only one that was binding. 1, 3 and 4 were springy, so I just carried on. And of course, being a Masterlock, we may not get clear feedback from it. But yeah, we've got it picked, and if we need to read the code on this one, this little arm just seems to stick in the middle of the numbering, but I did see online that it's better to round up, so that would be a 4. That would be a 3, that would be a 1, and that one would be a 5. And that's using the Lishi decoder. Next up, we have got the Magnum M1 DLF. That's what it said in the packaging. Let's give this one a go. Once again, we need to make sure that he's all the way in. A little bit of tension. 1 springy, 2 springy, 3 springy, little click on 4. Another click on 4. Click on 3. I'm getting a bit of resistance on 1 and 2, but wouldn't say they're binding. There we go, small click on 1. Two's binding, little click. Little click on 2 again. Another click on 2. Another click on 2. Okay. Maybe something's overset. And there we go, we got the open. We did really have to work for that one. And once again, we can read that code. I think on this one, we're unable to check because some Masterlock keys, like these ones, don't come with any codes printed on them, which isn't very helpful. Anyway, that was the M1 DLF. And now we have this round bodied padlock, and this is the M40D. So let's see if we can get him open with a Lishi. Once again, need to make sure he's all the way in, not quite in there. And get the little picking tip out of the way, and there you go, is sitting flush with a keyway. A little bit of tension. Click on 1, click on 2, click on 3, click on 4, and there we go. We got that one open. Well, that was super quick. Let's just lock him back up and give that another go, actually. Picking tip out of the way, tool all the way in to the lock. Try that again. Click on 1, click on 2, click on 3, click on 4, and there we go. This one really is that easy. So there we go, we picked a couple of these Masterlocks with a Lishi tool. And we've certainly got some mixed times there, and that's what I found when picking these particular padlocks with this tool. And when looking at other online videos showing this tool, I think some people seem to have similar results with it. That it was a bit hit and miss, that some padlocks it would struggle with, and others it would pop open really quick. I mean, if we look at our results on that one, this one here, was 8 seconds, which is, you know, probably pretty good for a Masterlock, isn't it? This one here, the number 5, was 50 seconds, and the M1 DLF was 2 minutes 10. And I certainly found that when picking these locks, these two open relatively quick, that one especially, but these three were actually quite difficult to pick with this lock. with this tool, and I was really unsure as to what that was down to. And I think the more I've looked at videos of this tool picking locks, and the more I've played about with it, I think it's down to Masterlocks' poor manufacturing. This tool is a quality tool, it is a precision instrument. You know, we've got a very fine picking tip on there. And as a lot of pickers know, to pick open Masterlocks usually involves cranking up the tension and just really bullying them. And that's not something that you can do with this tool. You know, it's more of a light touch. And as we saw there when we were picking this one here, you know, you get like a series of clicks through it. It's almost like picking serrated pins. And it's not got serrated pins in it, it's got standard pins in it, it doesn't even have a spool in it. But I think because the tolerances between the pins and the holes in the plug are so bad, it makes using a precision instrument really difficult to kind of pick some of these locks. And I don't think that fault lies with this tool, I think that fault lies with Masterlock. And speaking of that, I had a kind of strange anomaly, as you always find with Masterlocks when picking this one. I was able to pick this with the Lishi, and it did take a long time to pick it. I mean, you could be sort of 5 minutes or so. I mean, if we try single pin picking this one, we'll see how long that takes. Let's crank up some tension there and try and get in there. So we've got to click on 1, 3's binding, click on 3, and then 1 still binding there, another click on 1, and we got this one open. So that picks, you know, if you're using like picks and normal sort of picking tools, that's about how long it takes to get a Masterlock open once you've got a bit of experience. And you'd think that we could use this Lishi decoder to near decode this particular Masterlock. But unfortunately, when I tried to do that, I wasn't able to get the tool all the way in to get the readings, and I was puzzled about that at first. And upon playing with this lock, I realised what that was. Although it's a 4-pin lock, you only have to pick the first 3 pins. And why is that? If I draw you a really bad diagram, so what we've got inside these locks, there's the plug, and that is where the key goes in. You're going to have to excuse my crude drawings. And of course, we have got key pins in the lock, something like that. And this last key pin, number 4, is actually very short, which means you have to lift it up really high to get the open, in theory. Because in this lock, we've got the driver pins which sit on top, and this one has a short driver pin that doesn't even reach to the shear line, or maybe it just reaches to the shear line. And that means that when you pick it with traditional tools, you pick number 1, you pick number 2, you pick number 3, and the lock goes open because the driver pin is sitting below the shear line. And that's just down to Masterlock's poor tolerances. So then when you take those poor tolerances on this Masterlock, and then you put a quality tool like this in to try and read it, we're not able to get all the way into the lock. And the reason is that driver pin 4 and key pin 4 are sitting below the shear line. So as you go to put the key in, we're just bumping into driver pin 4. And there we go. So that's illustrated really well Masterlock's poor tolerances. And I think that having played with this tool and with these locks, my conclusion is that although this is a quality tool, these are not quality locks. And so you because they're not particularly well made, and you've got poor manufacturing faults in it, like we found in that one, it's very difficult to get consistent results. And that doesn't mean I don't recommend this tool. I mean, most Masterlocks probably don't suffer with that problem. Certainly these ones can be picked, can be decoded. Is it quicker to use the Lishi? No, it's quicker to use traditional methods, like picks and tension wrenches. With these simple locks. Is it fun to use? Yes, it definitely is. And with most Masterlocks, I imagine you can do the decoding. It's only the occasional ones that should have been a reject on the factory production line, but again, due to Masterlocks quality control, these padlocks do get let out into the wild. So there you go, that's my conclusion. This is a great tool, and these are kind of garbage really for picking resistance. and certainly using precision tools like this. Anyway, that's my video today on the M1 MS2 Lishi. As I say, it's available from barhomevip.com, and the link to their website is below. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you on the next one.